I'm Kim C. Lenard, the author of The Kiss of Madagascar, and this is Journey 14. In Paris, I found my hotel, and I'm actually so exhausted that I'm taking a cat nap in the cafe at the hotel. And the receptionist approached me as I was sleeping, and she said, "Mademoiselle, mademoiselle." And I, raised my head, and and she said, "Your room is ready. Your room is ready." So I was very thankful that I was going to be able to sleep on a bed instead of put my head on a table. And she handed me the most interesting key. It was really something out of like an old movie. It wasn't quite a skeleton key, but it was kind of locked to the room, and it was just this really narrow white door, and I used my special key to get in. And it was the cutest little room I've ever seen. It was just so small. And I'm not very big myself. I'm not even quite 4'10". And so I instantly felt, I just felt I slept basically my first day of Paris away. So there was a part of me that was there was a part of me that wanted to kind of beat myself up for that. But I think it's really important that you and I really listen to our minds and our bodies, how we're doing spiritually and physically and mentally. And when our intuitive thought is that we need a day of relaxation or we need to rest, then I really think we need to do that, to really be, to love ourselves enough to give us that Next time. Morning, I opened up the curtains, and there was the cutest little, it was a private courtyard area, but it really couldn't even be used unless you actually stepped out of the window. And you would just open up the windows, and then each window had a flower box. And as I walked in, they were like, "Bonjour, bonjour." And they told me to sit wherever there was an open seat. These wonderful pastries. They really have such wonderful pastries in Paris. Pastries and bread and cheese. I had a lot of carbs while I was in Paris. And as I was sitting there, I heard, it sounded like German. It sounded like Italian. And, and then obviously French. But it was just very interesting because I started thinking about how I was going to go to the Eiffel Tower that day. And then I started thinking about the story in the Bible, the Tower of Babel, and how, when the people were being punished for what they had done. But what I loved was that I was inspired. That's really why, I was there, was to not just do the research, but to be inspired by the experience, to just become this writer that I knew I was going to be. And so that's what I'll share with you next time. So love and light to each of you.